Hey everybody, Master7 here, and this is too good to not make a video about. This is the Bioshock Remastered collection. This isn't an actual gameplay video, but this is amazing. Right now, I just downloaded the first Bioshock. I got the both the remastered versions for 1 and 2 on PC for free, which is great. And this is just great. I'm looking at these old concepts that they originally had for Bioshock, which is fucking incredible. Oh my god. This art is looking great. Like, okay. Whoa, okay, what is this? Grenadiers Splicer. This gray elephantine Splicer was an early Grenadier from the same period of development as Stitchy and Hooker. He was a guy who spliced to carry around giant grenades and throw them at you. Says lead artist Sean Robertson. The model was built and textured but never animated. Well, that sucks. I mean, I get the feeling this would have like set off a huge Doom vibe. I see that they didn't really they didn't really complete it, I guess. It's either that or, you know, my computer's not rendering it all that well. Same with this, I suppose. It's either that or, you know, some bugs. I don't know. Either way, this looks amazing. I'm surprised I could even run it, to be honest. But that's besides the point. This Fleet Hall concept art, okay. I'm actually thinking about doing a full-on playthrough of this game all over again, because I just love these games so much. This would be... that would have been so cool to fight. I bet this probably would have been in line with, like, the Big Sister and such. What is this? Early creature concepts. These were some of the earliest pieces done for Bioshock, from back when Irrational was still working on SWAT 4. The only concrete ideas at that point were an undersea city and a biological experimentation, so early concepts focused on those themes. Oh, so I guess these guys definitely fit the bill. What is this called? Early Big Daddy concept art. This was the fourth Protector concept, originally created with an organic slug attached to it. A model was started but never completed as the team narrowed their focus to 3 and just finally 2 Big Daddy types. I still like this as a Protector, says artist Rob Waters. We started modeling and I really pushed it to get it in, even as just a static model on the floor, but it never made it. I mean, this probably would have been pretty cool. Like, it could use, like, different elemental abilities to fight you, kind of like the Big Sister. Oh man, what's this guy? Missing link model. This character is essentially the missing link between the grotesque early designs and the human splicers that appeared in Bioshock. This is the last bad model we did before moving on to what went actually into the shipping game, says lead artist Sean Robertson. After playing with him for a while, we just said, why don't we use humans instead? I always thought of these as Scooby-Doo monsters because they were too inhuman to invoke empathy. Oh. Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it. This kind of reminds me of that one art for, this one comic that was really cool to read, but at the same time, it was pretty gory. Oh, no, I remember the name now. It was called Crossed. Yes, that reminded me of Crossed, I think. I mean, I could be thinking of something else where it had the cover art, but I know for a fact that it had something to do with that, Crossed, the comic, and this cover art where it shows this guy, you know, with this, like, VR headset or something like that, and, you know, he was, like, bleeding from his brain. I might put it up, you know, as an afterthought in the editing thing. Let's see, what's this? Early Splicer concept art. Moving from grotesque to human was a slow process. While early concepts saw the melee enemies grew monstrous arms, the team had trouble conveying how someone who had spliced to become a marksman would appear. Well, to be honest, I think they would have, like, a sniper or something. And maybe have, like, a slug coming out of their chest. No, out of their head, so then it can make them see better to be a better marksman. That definitely would have been way better. This looks like some early Rosie concepts. And these kind of remind me of Subject Delta in the Alpha series, yeah. Protector concept art. The Big Daddies, originally called Protectors, were envisioned, well, they still are Protectors, were envisioned as dive-suited construction workers, retasked with the defense of atom gatherers. They used construction of tools or improvised weapons that looked like they had been found on the seafloor. From left to right, they're early concepts for the melee, rangers, slow projectile projectors. That's the same. This actually looks pretty cool. But then again, I get the feeling they would, like, fit more along the lines of Splicers and Delta concepts. Oh man, this would be terrifying for me to fight. This looks like another concept art for a Splicer. What is this man? And why does this look like a really easy penis joke? You know what? I'm gonna ignore that for now. Let's see here. Pre-yam hand. What? Okay. Before solidifying the fiction around Adam, Irrational experimented with the idea of it being an external injected substance. Here you can see us playing around with Adam being mechanically injected, said lead artist Sean Robertson again. So this Splicer's got vials of it on his belt. This model was created but never made it into the game in any form. Actually, I beg to differ. You know, again, like I said before about those designs, I feel like that they definitely got this as inspiration for the Delta designs, maybe. Because they got, they've got this, the vials, the fact that he's all spliced up and mutated inside, combined with that, but you can't really see him, is actually pretty neat. At least in my eyes, anyway. And here we have the bouncer. Whoa, okay. This would be even more terrifying to fight. Let's see, is anything special about bouncer? No? Okay. Okay, forest concept art. Let's see. Irrational's artists try to envisage how an underwater city would actually function in this early conceptual work of Rapture. One idea imagined a thick forest for the purpose of oxygen exchange, seen here with an observation catwalk running around the edge. The concept of using trees for oxygen exchange made it into the final game in the Arcadia level. Man, my pronunciation is so off. I'm sorry about that. Jesus Christ, these were the original Atom Slugs. God, they look so ugly. I mean, nah, they could probably be early enemy concept designs that could, like, steal Adam or something. I don't know. Let's see, what's this? The Gatherer. It may be hard to imagine that this creature, whose job it was to reclaim Adam from corpses around Rapture, was the earliest iteration of the idea behind the Little Sister. Since the Gatherer generated absolutely no sympathy from players, the team experimented with concepts for featuring a number of animals, included the infamous dog in a wheel. Oh my god, what? That was a thing? I actually never knew that. Infamous dog in a wheelchair? Wow, okay. I've played this game for over like 60 hours combined with Bioshock 2, but oh wow. And later, a grotesque miniature humanoid. Finally, a concept sketch of a deformed child inspired the Eureka emotement responsible for the Little Sisters. Huh. Alright, I'm going to read this about the Bouncer now. Early Bouncer. This original model for the Bouncer type of Big Daddy featured a flat-headed drill at the end of each arm. The Big Daddies were envisioned as the builders of Rapture, with weapons modified from the tools that they would have used in its construction. When the Gatherers were reimagined as Little Sisters, one of the Bouncer's drills was changed to a gloved hand so that the characters could interact with each other. Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense, I mean, it'd be kind of awkward for a Little Sister to, like, just get onto him or, be attached to this, thing. I really always wanted to like, see what was inside of these guys. Of course, there was fan art, but yeah, there, Bouncer. Slow Pro Thumb. Irrational's internal name for this prototype Big Daddy variant, who mauled players with an enormous hook and what? Okay. With an enormous hook and fired iron bearings from a barrel, stood for slow projectile fucked up melee. He survived long enough to become a fully functional AI, but the team eventually cut him to focus on polishing the other Big Daddy types. This model later appeared in Bioshock 2 as the Rumbler. Oh. Ah, damn. Man, I kept calling him the Bouncer when that was... Ah, crap, it's been so long. This model later appeared in Bioshock 2 as the Rumbler, throwing miniature turrets instead of cannonballs. Well, I mean, it's... I mean, they're worse now, actually. They are way scarier in the real game now than they are in here. Yeah. This does not look all that interesting, if you ask me. The Rumblers in Bioshock 2 looked way more interesting than that. Alright, I think that's gonna, like, wrap it up for this video, unless if there's, like, something I missed, unless if it were, like, too obvious. Like, maybe that. Or, like, if I didn't cover any paintings as much, then, you know, it's... Wait, oh, I didn't get to talk about this guy, did I? No, I'm not gonna end it just here. Any other paintings, though, I feel like it'd take too long. But this is definitely something huge I'm going to look at. Okay, what are you? Oh, jeez, look at this fight. Oh, man. He looks like he would have been so cool to fight, maybe. Yeah, no, he definitely... Okay, I can't be the only one getting two things out of this. A, Dr. Doom. Mainly because of that terrible face, that just hard face, and the green pants, and maybe the gray exterior, definitely reminding me of Dr. Doom. And C, I'm also getting a Dark Souls 2 vibe from this. Of course, both games came before Dark Souls 2, but, I mean, when you see giant hand and circle for face, you just, I feel like you just can't not think about the Last Giant, or any of the giants from Dark Souls 2. But those are two entirely different games. Well, not the Dr. Doom part, but these are two entirely different games. Alright, I'm actually going to read this now, sorry about that. Yam Hand... These guys really like yams, don't they? Okay. This character derisively called Yam... called Yam Hand around Irrational Games was the poster child of the conceptual phase that preceded the decision to go with human enemies. I'd point out that the drawings behind the model, says lead artist Sean Robertson. You can see the top one got built, but the other two informed the design as well. As we got trended more toward humanoids, the Scooby monsters got goofier and less scary. Huh. I feel like he could have, like, fought alongside the bouncer, maybe. I don't know. I legit don't know. It's been so long. I love these games to death. To be honest, I have been hyped for this, even though I have not been thinking about it for a while. Like, you gotta admit, it's kind of like how I felt about No Man's Sky, a little bit. Like, I'm sure it would have been the greatest thing ever, but it didn't really meet to my expectations, but that's an entirely different story. That, however, that definitely would have been so hyped to see in, like, Bioshock 2, maybe. So this was the museum. There's a lot of whales and sea creatures around, and they are huge. And that thing looks so ugly. And, you know, this is it. So, if you have Bioshock 1 and 2 already, and, you know, you didn't have to get this remastered version, then I definitely recommend checking this out. If not, then I recommend you get the remastered edition. Until then, I am going to see if the remastered edition is actually worth or not. So, don't hang on every word that I say. Alright, peace out, guys. Gonna go back over there. Wait, was I technically sleeping here? Whatever.